Alright, let's get started. So, I've been browsing around YouTube trying to find anything about the federal budget and their spending on education. But guess what? There's no videos about it. I assume this is the case because no one really cares about Australia's education and not really a big selling point of the federal budget. So here's some background information. You can see here that the government spending towards education has grown substantially year after year after year. So in the latest federal budget, the government is delivering record levels of spending for public, independent and Catholic schools. The government has committed about $292 billion in total school recurring funding from 2019 to 2029. So the amount of money allocated to schools will grow from $19.9 billion in 2019 to $32.4 billion in 2029. So pretty much what the government's saying here is that they're going to increase funding to education across the board for primary and secondary schools. They've also announced they're going to increase spending to fund preschools, and they're pumping in about $450 million to extend the National Partnership Agreement on Universal Access to Early Childhood Education until the end of 2020. Hey, it's this year. So yes, even preschoolers are meant to benefit from the increased spending on education. And of course, universities will get some love too. Currently, they're spending $17.7 billion in the university sector during 2019. This is projected to grow to more than $20 billion by 2024. Anyway, here's all the full details. Feel free to pause the screen and take a look. Now remember, in economics, in order to produce goods and services, you need to make sure you have land, labor, and capital. Spending money on education is always a good thing because it improves the quality of the labor resource used in the production process. If we can improve the labor capabilities in the production process, we might find that more products be produced, a higher quality product might be produced, and this is always good for our living standards. Through higher levels of education and better quality labor resources, we might see productivity increase, which may improve businesses' profits. This is because the average cost of production has gone down, and they may be willing to pass off those savings to us, the end user. As a result, we might get a higher quality product at a cheaper price also, which is great because it means we can buy more stuff and be happier as a result of all these consumptions that we do. Businesses might realize that they're selling more products than they usually would, and as a result they might hire extra people in order to get the job done. This way, consumers still get the product and businesses are still making more profits than ever before. It's a win-win situation either way. And of course, the lovely government, through these increased sales and through businesses generating higher profits, they can collect more tax revenue, which is a bonus for them because now they can use that money in order to fund things that society needs the most to continue improving our living standards. So you're probably saying to yourself now, this is a great incentive, this will do wonders for our country and the prosperity of all Australians within it. Surely there can't be anything bad to it, can there? Well, you're all economists now. Of course there's going to be some negative side effects to any policy, so let's take a dive deep into them. So let's look at this diagram again. You can see here that the spending has increased year after year after year. Surely this equates to higher educational outcomes as a result, right? Wrong. In fact, all that additional spending has resulted in our academic performance dropping year after year after year. And this has translated to lower levels of productivity in our labour force, as shown in this diagram here. Education alone cost us $36.4 billion last year. Maybe it's money better spent in other industries that provides more benefits to society, such as fixing our environment, solving our drug crisis, solving the homeless problem, making houses more affordable for everyone. Or what about all the congestion issues we have in our country? Well, if we want to produce better outcomes for all Australians and increase, output of products made available for us, maybe we shouldn't be focusing on education, maybe we should be focusing on capital equipment, finding businesses a way to produce more items cheaper so everyone benefits. And the only way you can do that, if labor is lacking behind, is use machinery to pick up the slack. So yeah, as before, not going to draw any conclusions, but you can make up your own minds and determine whether or not this education spending has been good or it's been bad. During the last benchmark, I'll show you an example of how I think we could change the education system to better improve social outcomes for everyone and improve your lifestyles also.